Hello guys, welcome back. In this first episode, I'm going to show you what we're going to have to do in order to get this car into a show car. Let's get started. Alright, let's just get started. First of all, whenever I get a new car that's gonna have a full color change, what I do a visual inspection of the car and find the visual dents. Like there's one right there, and I just go all around the car, get a Sharpie, circle them up, and just look for those. After that, what I do, I go down the side and start looking for the dents, the harder dents to find. That's the only way you're going to be able to detect them. This is a white car, so it's going to be a little bit harder, but it's all the same. You go down the side, look for the dents that you weren't able to see, and just circle them up. Let me do that so that you can see the amount of little dents that I might find or not find. There it is. I got all the dents or little heavier things that I need to fix. But all in all, this car is in really good shape. On the other side, there's almost nothing, which is awesome. So let's just get started. What I'm gonna do next, or what I usually do next, start taking everything apart that's not gonna get painted. Like these bezels right there, the grill. A lot of little components that are not going to get painted, I remove it. Why do I remove it? Because I want the paint to go inside. You're better off taking everything off, guys, because that way the paint will go inside, wrap around. When you put this, you have a nice protected area. Now this seam right here, because I'm going to be applying metal flake, I'm going to separate it, so that the metal flake and candy paint will wrap around inside. So I'm going to separate it a little bit so that it can go inside. All of that. Let me start taking all these things apart. Come back whenever I have everything removed so that you can see how it's looking. There it is. It's coming along. Real quick tip. Once you take the clips, the little screws and everything, tape them up, guys. Put them in a Ziploc bag and tape them up to the trim that it belongs to. That way you will not lose any of the pieces. There's a lot of little pieces that you can lose, so just do that and you'll be good. Right here you can see that they did not paint the inside of the door the correct way. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take everything off. Everything's coming off. Even the glass came off. So there we go. Let me continue and I'll be back. Alright, everything has been gutted. I also removed the seal from the trunk because it's gonna get painted through the inside also. Now the back bumper, it's gonna get removed. Let me show you something that happens when you don't remove parts from the vehicle before you paint. There you go, guys. Everything has been removed. Every single little thing. Right here, you can see I removed the glass. Right here, all this are chips. All these are chips that occur when you just tape up. They do occur. Reason being is that a lot of paint accumulates there because it's not going in. It's not wrapping around the entire body of the car. And that's what happens. It starts peeling. This gentleman's, I guess, tried to fix it with some paint, but it starts to ship everywhere. Right here, it didn't wrap around here, and which the molding protects it. That's one of the reasons you have to remove everything. If you want to do a nice job, a good job, remove it. If it's possible to remove it, remove it. Okay? I am going to remove these trims right here. I do need a tool that I don't have, but I'm going to go get it. I am going to remove these trims. And that's one of the reasons that you need to remove as much things as possible. right there. They did not remove the chrome that's underneath. And you can see right here, it's peeling. There you go. It's peeling off. So my tip to you guys is just remove it. It takes a little longer. It takes some time, but the finished product that you're going to be getting will be 100 times better. Okay. And there it is. Everything has been removed from the car. Let me show you the front. Right there. Front bumper has been removed. Grill has been removed. Everything. Everything has been removed. And we're ready. We're ready to start addressing those little dents. These, they're going to be removed. So, look. Perfect example right there. Perfect. It's starting to peel right here. Now when I come with the DA, I'm just going to feather all that out, clean all this area out, and it'll be a really nice show car paint job. All right, let's just begin where we left off. I was about to remove these trims. I already did. All I did, I went to Harbor Freight, got myself this tool set. The only one I need is this one right here. All I did, went underneath, and I just slided this tool, and that was unhooking these little clips right here, and you'll be able to remove them. Simple. That's all I did to both back and front window. Right there, everything's removed. So let's just continue with the fixing of the dents. All right, let's begin with this dent. I'm gonna get my 36 grit sandpaper with angle grinder. I'm gonna remove all the paint from that area. I need the bare metal to be there in order for that body filler to stick. The dent's not that deep, so the body filler will cover that up real nice. Alright, there you go. Try to go about an inch away where the dent is at on the sanding. I still got to sand with some 320 all around so I can smooth out the surrounding area. But this is perfect. There it is. That is perfect right there. Now I can start applying the body filler. Another thing, guys, I got myself a brand new DA from Limeline. I'll leave the information to this item. Really nice DA. Does a real nice job of sanding. This is what I'm going to be using for the entire car. Nice. This is the body filler I'm going to be using. Some polyester body filler. Let's just mix it up. Start applying it. There it is, guys. Sorry I didn't record it when I was applying it. I thought I was recording. But there it is. All I did was just apply it. I'm just going to let it set. It's kind of tacky right now. I'm going to let it set for a little bit. Alright, I'll be using the DA with 80 grit just to get it as close as possible before block sanding. There you go. I'm trying to apply it the least amount of body filler as possible. Now I'm going to come back, put some putty, cover everything up, and it'll be good. I prepared this one too. I just sanded it down and applied some body filler. And I'm now cleaning this area where the window is. Okay, all I did, I got myself the DA without the interface pad, 80 grit, sanded everything up, sanded it down. Now I'm gonna get a wire wheel. I'm gonna clean every single little thing from this this window. because there's surface rust all over. So I just want to get a clean job. Okay, sanded it down, put some self-etching primer and some primer, and I'll be good. There we go, nice and clean. Everything has been, all the surface rust has been removed. All I gotta do is apply some self-etching primer and some primer. We'll be good. All right, nice and dried. I'm gonna use two different blocks. It's gonna be this one and a round one. The round one's gonna be for this motion because this is rounded. I don't wanna get it all cornered. So I need to use the round one in order to get it rounded. And this is ready right here. I'm just gonna use the block, smooth it out, and this one too, and that's it. That's all the dents this car has. Other than that, I can start sanding the entire car for paint. There it is. I finished it up with 320 and 400. 400's perfect for the primer, and we're good to go. Okay, now, yes, before you start saying that there's dust and everything going inside the car, yes, there is, but it's going to get detailed and cleaned and everything before returning back to the customer, so no sweat. After this, all the dents are fixed. Everything has been removed. I gotta start sanding. Here we go. In order for me to sand the entire car, I'm gonna get myself the interface pad, and I'm gonna start with 220 grit sandpaper and start sanding. Now, because this car is in perfect shape, the paint is not that bad. That's the reason I'm using 220. Now, if it would have been a little bit more rough or peeling clear and stuff, I would have started with probably 120 or 180 grit sandpaper and smooth everything out, feather everything out. But when the paint is this good, all you gotta do is go with 220, then 320, and so forth. But let me just go with 220. Alright, let me just continue sanding. I don't want to have you watch me sand the entire car in real time. It's going to be a long video. But let me just continue sanding, finish up the car. All I'm doing is sanding it down. That's all I'm doing. For right now, I'm just sanding it down. Now, there's two ways I can do this car. One, I can do the inside of the door jambs and the doors first. Remove everything, remove the doors, remove the hood and trunk, and metal flake those areas, put the sealer, metal flake and everything. But it's getting cold here where I'm at in Texas. So what I'm going to be doing, we got a couple of good days ahead of us. What I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to flake the entire car with the doors closed. I'm not going to do the inside of the hood, door jambs, and trunk. Not yet. I'm going to flake the entire car, have it ready, clear coated, and have it ready. Then I'll remove the doors, remove the hood, remove the trunk, and do that. Do that, flake it out, have it ready, and that's the way I'm going to be doing it. You can do it the other way if you want, but this is the safest way for me right now, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So let me just continue sanding. We'll be good. And for the comments that I had last video, that if I was going to leave the door handles and the keyhole, no, I'm going to remove them. I already removed them. I just needed that to open the door and close it, but I don't have a window, so I can open it through the inside. But everything's getting removed. And there it is. Completely sanded. Now, all I got to do, cover it up. The finished sanding was 320. I'm going to leave it at 320. That's perfect for applying the sealer, the base, metal flakes, and everything. That's a perfect grit for that. But everything has been sanded down and we're good to go. There you go. All these metal areas that are showing, I'm still going to need to put some self-etching primer before painting, but there it is. And there you go. The walls have been covered. Everything's good. Let me start covering the car and getting it ready for that metal flake. There it is. After a couple of hours of taping, it's ready to go. Let's just wipe it down with a tack rag and some wax and grease remover. Put some self-etching primer on the parts where it's bare metal, let's start spraying. This is a self-etching primer I'm going to be using. It's a 1K primer, but it's perfect because it's small areas. If it would have been a bigger area, I would have used the 2K self-etching primer. But these are real small areas. This will work. Let me start applying it. Here we go, guys. First of all, I'm going to use some gray sealer to cover up the whole car. The car has a bunch of different little colors everywhere, so I need a uniform color for it to be the right color consistency. Okay, so that's what the sealer's for. If you're gonna do a overall paint job, your best deal is to use sealer to cover up everything that has been done to the car. All right, so let's just get started. Let's start applying. It only needs one coat. Let's start applying the first coat of sealer. The gun I'm going to be using is from Avalon, the A1600 with a 1.3 tip, and the PPS cups are from Limeline. Alright, I'm going to leave all the information to everything in the description below if you want to check it out, and go ahead and get you some. Alright, let's get started. Okay, the sealer has been applied. I'm going to wait 15 minutes for it to dry and then come back, start applying the base. The base is going to be Stellar Silver, which is going to be great for that metal flake that's going to be coming up. Real quick, another question that I have been asked is, what is sealer? Why do you apply sealer? Sealer is primer, guys. Sealer is primer. The only thing, it's a non-sandable. You don't sand it. So you can throw your base right on top of it. It's a real good product to start using if you don't use it, because it'll give you a better finish. It'll give you a real nice, tough, resistant paint to stick to. And that's it. That's what it is. I usually use sealer when I'm going to do an overall paint job and a color change. Okay? So that's what it is. Another thing, before you start applying your base, make sure you use a tack rag and clean it. Look at all the residue that I picked up from this sealer. Use a tack rag, clean it up, so you can get a real nice paint job. That's another tip, guys, that you need to clean in between coats. The only time you don't use a tack rag is when you're gonna be using, when you're gonna start applying the clear. Once you start applying the clear, that's it. Whatever's underneath, it's gonna stay underneath. So use a tack rag, clean it up on every layer that you apply on the car. Here you go, the paint I'm gonna be using, it's called Stellar Silver from Eurocam. Let's mix it up, start applying it. Another thing, if you don't know how I mix these paints or how they're mixed, I have several videos on how to do that. I am going to show how I'm going to mix the metal flake. So let's continue. Alright, 3 coats of the silver have been applied. What I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be doing a control coat. What a control coat is, I'm going to be spraying a little bit farther away so that the metallics can lay down flat. Okay, I want all the metallics laying down flat so that it doesn't leave any blotchiness, any tiger stripings or anything. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now, but all in all, it's coming out real nice. After the base comes some metal flake. The flow coat has been applied. You saw how I did it. I was a little bit farther from the panel, and also I reduced the paint 10% more than what it needs. Okay, so that it can flow out better, and it left me a real nice surface. Perfect right there. Now about the Avalon A1600, I just used a 1.5 quart of silver to paint the entire car. 3 passes. It's a real nice paint saver's gun, I want to say, but came out real nice. Now I am going to use a different gun for the metal flake. Reason being, it's the metal flake. This is the gun I'm going to be using, the A1000 from Avalon, and it has a 2.0 needle nozzle combination. That's going to be perfect for the metal flake. Now let me show you the metal flakes that I'm going to be using. Alright guys, these are the metal flakes. They're for Grand 7 Magic Flakes. And these are 0.008 metal flakes, silver. This is 1 pound of metal flakes. So let's just mix it up. Start applying it. Alright, I mixed 2 to 1. 2 parts of the inner coat clear with 1 part of the reducer in this bigger bucket. So that I can mix the flake. Okay, let's start adding the flakes and let's see how much we need. How I know how much metal flake I need, it's with the mixing stick. Right there. When I pull the mixing stick out, I can't see the stick right away. And that tells me that I'm perfect. Alright, so let me just pour it in the gun. I am not going to use a filter. I am not going to use a filter in the gun either. I'm just going to pour it straight to the gun and start applying it. There's the first coat of metal flake. Now you can see all the mess it makes, but there it is. I'm gonna add probably 2 more coats, and it'll be good with that. There it is, 3 full wet coats of metal flake, and it's ready. It's ready to be covered with just regular clear. Just regular clear, so you can bury the flake, and you'll be done. You'll be done to go to the next step. All right, there it is. After 4 coats of clear, it's done. Now I gotta wait about 3 days so I can come back and sand it down so that I can start applying the candy paint. There it is. Hopefully the camera's picking it up, but I'll show it to you out in the sun. Hopefully it'll pick it up in the sun. It should. But there it is, guys. Out in the sun. I was going to show you how to sand it down. I already started, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to start taking off the hood, the doors, the trunk, and finish up the inside. That way everything has been metal flaked, and go from there. But real quick, let me show you how the surface looks in close-up so that you can see how it comes out whenever you apply metal flake to the entire car. It's totally different than when you apply it in a small area, like in a panel, that lowrider panel that I did and all that. It's totally different. Let me show it to you up close. Let's see how close-up videos I can get so that you can see. Let's see if the camera is capturing it. Right here, you can tell, and you can hear it. You can hear it. It's rough, almost like, I want to say sandpaper, but don't be alarmed. That's the way it's gonna come out. Why? Because the metal flakes, it's metal. They're gonna land in different ways. Now, the thing is that the reason I do silver metal flake and not colored, it's because when you apply colored metal flakes, you can apply it exactly the same way that I did. When you apply colored metal flakes and you start sanding to smooth out the clear, and if you're not careful, and if you cut through to the metal flake, that colored metal flake is going to become silver. It's going to become silver. It's going to take off that colored flake, and it's going to become silver, and you're going to have a bunch of little silver spots everywhere. That's one of the reasons I don't do colored flakes. I do them. The only thing is that I apply a lot more coats of clear and bury it as much as possible because of that reason. I don't want to cut through and make it silver. Now, when you apply silver, it's totally different. You can sand it down, and if you, for some reason, get to the metal flake, it's still going to be silver. It's still going to be a silver metal flake. So it's a lot simpler for you to start off with silver metal flakes if you want to begin doing these kind of work, because of the way it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier. Now, when you apply your candy, you're gonna color that metal flake. You're gonna color it any color candy you want, and it's gonna become the color you want. So for me, it's a lot simpler. It's a lot better to go with silver and just go to town. Go do whatever you want to do in graphics and everything, and it'll be real nice. Another question I was asked is, you're getting a lot of thickness on the amount of product that you're putting in, like the metal flake, the sealer, the clear. Yes, there's a lot of mils going into this paint job, custom paint job. I want to say it's never gonna be like a normal everyday automobile or normal everyday car. That only has so many little mils, and that's it. A custom paint job, guys, if you're not used to doing custom paint job, the thickness that it ends up, it's a lot. But if you do it right, it will not crack. it will not crack. You need to do it the way I'm going to be showing you, so that everything comes out the way it's supposed to. If not, you will have some cracking, some shrinkage, some everything. But if you do it the way I'm showing you, you won't have any issues. Okay? But that's why it's called custom painting. It's totally different from a regular automobile, from a regular paint job. Real quick, I want to thank Randall Allen for sending me this West Virginia plate. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. It's already on the wall. You know what, guys? Let me show you real quick. Let me do this section right here, sand it down, so you can see how it's going to be sanded down. It's going to be sanded down with the DA right here. The DA with an interface pad and 600 grit sandpaper. Guys, again, this DA is working real nice. I'm going to leave the information where I got it. It's from Limeline right there. Real nice DA. Let me show you. Let me put you on the stand, and so you can see how I'm going to be sanding it. I am not going to be going full speed on the DA. So just listen to the sound and see as to when I'm going to stop sanding. Alright, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to eliminate all this orange peel that you see right there and make it like this, flat, smooth. Once I get it to this area right here, it's perfect. I stop sanding and I just continue on the other areas. But that's exactly what I'm trying to do, and I'm just doing it with 600 grit. I'm going to be doing the entire car like this with 600 grit. There it is, nice and smooth, perfect. There you go. Look at the difference. And this is exactly what you need to do to the entire car before you can start applying any graphics, any candies, anything. You need to smooth everything out. Let me show you real quick how it looks with the quick check. Now let me show you something real quick. I'm gonna apply some quick check so you can see how it looks like if it would have clear coat on this area. Not this, on this area. This product gives you the illusion if it has clear coat and how it's going to look. I still need the candy, yes, but this is giving me an indication that it's nice, smooth, ready to go. Alright, the trunk lid has been removed. There is some surface rust that needs to get repaired, which is going to be repaired. Also, the door has been removed. All the gaskets have been removed. Customer's going to provide some new gaskets. There is a hole right there that needs to get fixed. I did use the jack in order to remove the door. It's only 6 bolts that are holding the door, and it gets removed. Alright, let's go. Alright, if you're not following this build, there's a lot of good information on this build, guys. So go back, look at the previous videos. You'll be amazed. But let's get started. All I did, I scuffed it down with a maroon Scotch-Brite all the way around. Every single little thing. Now the primer areas that you see here, there were a little bit of repairs that I did. They're good to go. There was some rust areas there which got fixed. That's it. Now, the very important thing, a lot of you are going to be saying, how am I going to match this area with this area? Because I'm going to do it separate. Let me show you how. I'm going to start taping up on the very edge of this this line right here. You're not going to be able to, you're not even going to know that there's a seam right there where the two colors meet. Let's begin. I'm going to be using some 3M fine line tape. I'm going to be placing it right on the very edge. This paint job did go in just a tad, which I already sanded down. It's real smooth. It's sanded down perfect. So when I place this fine line tape right here, this paint job is going to overlap this paint job, which you're not even going to notice because it's on the very line, on the very edge. It's not going to peel. Nothing's going to happen to it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Let me tape it up so you can see how it's been done. There it is. Perfect. It's on the very edge. Now when I paint this is going to overlap this paint, which is in here. So when I take the fine line tape off, you're not even going to notice it. They're going to do the same thing all the way around on the fender also, and just cover everything up like normal. And that's the way it's going to work. And I've done it before. It works perfectly. You're not even going to notice it. And it's going to come out real nice. Let me just finish everything up. Start covering it. There you go. I did the exact same thing on the trunk. Perfect. That'll work. After this, I'm going to tape up from here down. Cover everything up. Alright, let me cover everything up, the car, and I'll bring you back once I'm going to start spraying. Once again, guys, I got myself some Magic Flakes from Grand 7.008. That's what's going to be going inside the door jambs. There it is. Okay, there you go. Everything has been covered. You can see the fine line tape right there, and I just taped it up more or less in the center of the fine line tape, and we're good to go. Let me just clean it up with some wax and grease remover and start applying the sealer so we can start applying that metal flake real quick. The gun I'm going to be using for metal flake is going to be the F160 silver from Ani. Let me open it up so you can see the content and see the gun that I'm going to be using for the metal flake. It's a 1.9 tip. Let's open it up. Right off the bat, you have your cup. There you go. And you have your tool to disassemble the gun. Real nice. Let's see that gun. There it is. This is a ANI silver with a 1.9 tip right there. And this is what we're going to be using to apply those metal flakes. Let's see how good this gun sprays, and let's try it out. Alright, before I start, I'm going to be leaving all the information of the materials that I'm using on the description below. Let's start spraying. There it is, there it is. Perfect, one coat, that's all it needs. Now when you're applying sealer, try to get the sealer the closest color that you can. They do make it in a lot of different colors, so try to get it as close as possible. That way you won't be wasting a lot of material. But there it is, all you need is one coat. These areas are the ones that go right here on the car. And we're good. I'm just gonna wait 10 to 15 minutes. Start applying the Stellar Silver. There you go, 3 full wet coats with metal flake. Everything's nice, perfect, even in here. Looking good. Now I'm just gonna bury it with 4 coats of clear with no metal flake, and leave it alone. Leave it alone for a couple of days. There we go. After 4 coats of clear. Now I'm just going to let it dry for about 3 days. Come back, sand it down, and have it ready for that candy paint. Came out real nice. Really, really good. There it is. If you're wondering where the other piece of this that was over there, there was a run on it, so I'm gonna have to re-flake it and repaint it. But there it is. Let me show you the little run that came out on that piece. But everything came out real nice. It's just this right there, guys. You can see it. If I leave it like that, when I throw the candy, it's gonna show, even if I sand it down. So I need to redo it. But I still have some miscellaneous parts that I need to do from the car. I'll do this whenever I get to that. Here you go, guys. All these parts are also ready. The doors from the inside are ready, sanded, primered. The trunk lid, the hood, everything's ready. But there is a problem. What is the problem? There you go. It's 63 degrees right now. And maybe it's not that cold for you, but for us here in Texas, it's a little cold. And it's cold for me to paint. I really don't like to paint when it's below 70. Let me tell you why. One of the main reasons I don't paint when it's cold is I don't have a paint booth. Okay? And when it's cold, I don't have a heater. I can't heat up the car whenever the paint has been applied. And you have more risks of the paint to run. I don't want to do that. I cannot afford to do that. Okay? Yes, you can use fast hardeners, fast reducers, and you'll be okay. Yes, there's people that paint around with this temperature all the time. But for myself, from my experience, where I'm at, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for me. It's not worth it for the customer. So I ain't gonna do it. Second reason, there's a lot of wind coming from the north. Okay, this side of the garage is facing kind of north, so all the wind is coming inside. This is where I extract the overspray. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna get extracted because of the wind coming inside. That's number 2. Number 3 is I do not have the products for the fast hardeners, fast reducers, and all that as of right now. And I am not gonna buy extra material if I already have the material for this car. I'll just wait for a couple of days for it to get good condition, and I'll just paint it. All right, that's the 3 reasons I don't do it. You might be able to do it. Hey, by all means, go ahead. So what I'm gonna do, in order for me not to leave you without a video this weekend, I'm just gonna answer a couple of questions that were frequently asked on my channel, and hope you pick up something good from them. All right, let's get started with the first question. Question number 1 was, how long do I wait before I pull off the tape from the car once it's been painted? I wait from 6 to 8 hours, no more than that. Reason being is that you're gonna lift the paint if you pull it too soon. You're gonna lift the paint if you pull it too late. Okay, there's a line right there in between where the tape needs to come off, and that's around the time that I do it, 6 to 8 hours. Question number 2 was, how much flake did I use on the entire car, inside and out? It's gonna be 2 pounds. 2 pounds of metal flake. That's how much flake I used. It all depends on you. The customer wanted a completely filled metal flake car. That's the reason I used 2 pounds of metal flake. But if you don't like it that much, you can use less. But it all depends on you. But for this car, for this project, it was 2 pounds of metal flake. Another question is, a lot of people want to know, how long does a job like this take from start to finish? This job can take about 3 to 4 weeks working on it straight. The thing is, I do have a full-time job. I just work on these cars on the weekends, so it might take a little bit longer. But if you work on it straight, it could take about 3 weeks. Another question I've been asked, why aren't you using Grand 7 clear anymore? One reason, it's out of stock. But I just got notified from Grand 7, they're back in stock. I'll be ordering some clear from them. So if you've been waiting for that clear, guys, it's back in stock. Go to the website, you can get it now. All right, that's one of the reasons. Another question is, what size tip of guns did you use to shoot the metal flake? I used 2 different types, one on the outside and one on the inside, different. Reason being, I wanted to test out both of them. Okay, and one of them was the Ani Silver. This was a 1.9 tip. This is what I used inside, which gave me a perfect result, a great result. The other one was from Avalon A1000, and this was a 2.0 tip. Okay, that's what I used for the entire car outside. Why? It's just preference. I just wanted to see the difference as to how each one of them sprayed on tip sizes, and they both did exactly the same thing. So they're the 2 guns that I use for the metal flake. All these products, guys, I'm gonna leave the description and all the information in the description below, so you can go and look them up. Another question is, the sealer that you applied in the car, is it 1K or 2K? It's a 2K sealer. Okay, it does have activator, hardener, whatever you want to call it. It does have it. It is a 2K sealer. It's from Eurochem. Never had any issues with it, so I'm just going to continue using it. The final question that was asked is, why are you using intercoat clear and not regular clear? Intercoat clear, it's going to be a lot easier for you to apply the metal flake. Reason being, you have a lot less chance for it running. A lot less chance. That's one of the reasons you use intercoat clear on metal flakes, on pearls, all those. It's a lot better, guys. It dries like if it was paint, so it's not going to continue drying for a while. Now, if you can use clear, I am not saying you can't. You can. I actually use clear on the inside because I ran out of the intercoat clear for the outside. From the outside. So I did use intercoat clear on the inside, but it's a little bit harder. Reason being is that you're prone to have runs if you don't let it set for 15-20 minutes in between each coat. So it's a lot easier and a lot quicker with the inner coat clear. I do recommend it. If you've never used it, I do recommend it. Use it. And this will be it, guys. This will be it for this video. If you have any questions or something I didn't cover here, put them in the comments. Put them in the comments below. I read every single comment, guys. Put them in the comments, and I'll probably do another video, another Q&A. Now we're going to start applying the metal flake to the final pieces of the car. Let's just get started. Let's do this. Let's start by applying the sealer. The gun I'm going to be using, it's my A1600 by Avalon with a 1.3 tip. There it is, sealer's on. I'm doing both of them again. I really didn't like the way they turned out, so I'm just gonna redo them. But there it is. All you need is one coat. We're good to go. Let me just let it sit for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Come back, start applying the base. There it is, 3 coats. Nice and even. Now, I'm just going to let it set for about 20 minutes. Give it some time to cure and start applying the metal flake. There it is, the first pass of metal flake. Now this one, I'm gonna let it set for about 20 minutes. Okay, I need for it to dry a little bit more so that the metal flake won't run. So let me let it set for 20 minutes. I'll be back, apply 2 more coats, and we'll be good. One of the questions that I was asked is, doesn't the gun clog up whenever you're waiting for those 15-20 minutes? No, because I pour it back in the cup. I don't leave the metal flake in the gun cup. I pour it back in the cup, leave it there until I'm ready, stir it up, put it back in the cup, start spraying. And there it is. After the 3 coats of metal flake, we're good to go. I'm just gonna let it dry for about 20 minutes. Come back, apply about 3 to 4 coats of just clear by itself to bury this flake. That way I can come back, sand it down, and have it ready for that candy. And after the 4 coats of clear, it's ready. We're good to go. Now I'm just gonna wait about 3-4 days for it to dry. Come back, sand it down, have it ready for that candy. Alright, first of all, I'm going to show you how to mix the candy. I do have some candy concentrate right here. This is called Candy Killer Blue from Tamco. Let's mix it up and start spraying. Alright, first of all, I do have a bucket here. The reason I have a bucket, I want to mix these 2 candies together. This one's already mixed. I'm going to show you how to mix the other one and then mix them together so that I can have one uniform color for the entire car inside and out. Alright, so let me just pour all this candy carrier inside the bucket so that I can add 2 of the Candy Killer Blue concentrate candy into the bucket. There you go, it's mixed. So now what we're gonna do, this is pour it on the gun and start spraying. This is mixed 4 to 1, 4 parts of the candy with 1 part of the hardener, and you can start spraying it. Also, if you're not up to mixing your candy yourself with the candy concentrates, there is some candy that's pre-mixed. Maybe that'll be the best choice for you. It's already pre-mixed. All you got to do is add the hardener and start spraying. But this is a real good product. So let's just pour it on the gun and start the paint job. The gun I'm going to be using for the candy is going to be my Welcome Carbonio 360 Light. And it has a 1.3 tip. This is what I'm going to be using for the candy. So let's just mix it up, pour it on the gun, and paint. All right, this is the first coat. You saw me walk the entire car. Do not do it by panels. You're gonna get a real bad candy paint job. You need to walk the entire length of the vehicle. Also, overlap like about 50 to 75% overlap from each pass, so that you don't get any striping or blotchiness on your candy. Right now, this is the first coat. I'm gonna be applying 4 coats. That's all that this color requires, 4 coats of the candy. But the first coat has been applied. It looks real nice. Let's just wait about 15 minutes for it to dry. Come back and apply the second coat. There it is, 4 coats. I'm not going to put any more. That's how many it's required for this candy. So now, let's just start applying the clear. The gun I'm going to be using for the clear is going to be my Welcome Carbonio 360 Light Clear. This is the Motivated Painter Edition. For all these guns and the materials that I'm using, guys, I'm going to leave it on the description below so you can go ahead and get yourself some. Alright, I'm going to be using it at 29 psi. This has a MP air cap, which is a little bit quicker on the clear. You'll see how I'll be spraying it. Guys, quick side note before I continue, I already have one coat of clear. This gun is fast. The MP air cap that it has, and it has a 1.2 tip, and it is fast. You gotta move. Really like it. Leaves a clear nice and flat. So highly recommend the MP air cap with a 1.2 tip. I am using high solids clear, and it is laying it down flat. Real nice. There it is. After 4 coats of clear, came out real nice. Hopefully the camera's picking up the metal flake. But there it is. Candy Killer Blue from Tamco. So now I'm just gonna have to wait for about a week more or less. Come back, sand it down again, so that we can start doing the graphics. Graphics, there's gonna be some I think gold leaf, silver leaf, pinstripings. It's gonna have a lot of stuff, guys. So if you're not following this build, subscribe to the channel so you can follow it. Alright, my friends, all this side has been prepared. Let me show you what I did on the other side so we can get this lowrider ready for those graphics. Okay, you got a couple of ways you can do this. A lot of them, wet sand it and block it down. Now, it's real good to do that, but it's going to take a long time. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using the DA with an interface pad and 600 grit sandpaper. Okay, and I'm gonna dry sand it. I'm not gonna be doing a wet sand. I'm gonna dry sand it. I'm gonna show you until what point you need to stop in order for you to have a perfect finish. Alright, you saw me going with the DA. The DA is not in high speed. It's going real slow. I'm just going across, making sure that all of this orange peel that you see there, hopefully the camera's capturing it, but all this orange peel has to go. As soon as I eliminate the orange peel, I just keep on moving. I don't stay in that place because I am going to burn it. And if you burn through this and to the candy, might as well just restart because you're not going to be able to match it. It's going to be real hard. Just go slow. It'll take time, but it can be done. Right there. So let me just continue I'm gonna put you on the tripod so you can see, but let me just continue and finish it up. All right, the entire side of this panel, this quarter panel, has been sanded. I did not sand near the corners, as you can see right there. I don't want to burn through. That's going to be taken care of on the next step. Right here either. All right, next step. Remove the sandpaper, leave the interface pad, and get yourself some Scotch-Brite. The maroon Scotch-Brite. Cut it down to the size of a sandpaper. And you need to use a Velcro. Place it there. Right there. You have a sandable Scotch-Brite, I guess. And you're going to go all over the entire area, including the corners. You're not going to cut through. This is not too aggressive, but just see how I do it, and you're going to have yourself a real nice finish. And there it is. Now do that to the entire car and you'll be ready either for float coating or to do your graphics, and then you just clear over them and you will have a real nice smooth mirror finish job. All right, everything has been sanded, everything is ready. So let's just have the artist do his magic to install the graphics. All right, there you go. It's getting there. The artist is already laying down the tape as to where the gold leaf is going to be going in. So you can see it right there. It's looking good, looking good. He still needs, on this side, he's going to be doing some stuff in the middle of the hood. And right there, he still needs that part, but it's getting there slowly, but it's getting there. It'll look real nice, looking good. You still need to transfer this on this side. So there you go. I am gonna show you how he's gonna be doing the leafing. So let's just go to that. All right, there you go. What you were seeing right now, what he was doing, he was just adding some intercoat clear just to seal up the gold leaf. But there it is. He still needs to finish that on the bottom. But it's looking real nice. There you go. All right, and I'm gonna leave all the materials to do this kind of work in the description below. All the materials that you will need to do this. It's simple. All you gotta do, have a little bit of imagination so you can do your own designs. All right. All right, there it is, done with the gold leafing. Now comes the pinstriping. So let's just go into that. Show you how the pinstriping is done. Right, it's getting there. All the pinstriping on the gold leaf has been done. There's some other colors there going in. There's some other colors going in the middle. There's going to be a couple of more designs in the middle of that. But it's looking good. And all this, guys, all the fingerprints and all that, that's going to be going away. I'm going to show you how to clean it up. Have it ready for that clear coat. So that's no problem. Looking good. Looking real nice. All right. Let's continue. Let's see what else the artist is gonna be doing. I know that he's gonna be doing some stuff in the center of the hood and back of the trunk also. So let's just go for that. Also, the fifth wheel right there. Gold leaf has been done. Looking nice. Another thing, guys, the artist, his company is called Degree Pinstriping. All the information is on the bottom, so that you can contact him. He'll go to your house. He'll do the pinstriping. He'll do the gold leaf, silver leaf, whatever you need. He'll go to you. There you go, guys. He did decide to put some graphics over here on the top also. And you saw how he was doing this leafing. Came out real nice. You guys should see it in person. And it's not even clear coated yet, and it looks nice. Once the clear coat goes on, you're gonna see this thing pop. So there it is. We still need the graphic that's going to be going on the back, which is going to be almost the same thing as the front. Going to be doing the same design on these ends and on the back. So I'll bring you back once everything is complete, and then I'll be next. Start clear coating. Alright, here we go. All we need is a clear coat and we're good to go. Let me show it to you so you can see the patterns, the pinstriping, gold leafing, everything. There it is. Came out real nice. All we need to do is just clean it up, wash it, get it ready for that clear. Alright, let's just start clearing it. What I did in order to wash it, I just used some regular dish soap with a sponge, washed it down. That's it, water and dish soap, and it got cleaned. All the fingerprints are off. I did use some wax and grease remover, but it was water based. So we're good, everything's clean. Let's just put that clear on, see how this thing's gonna look. Alright, let's just get started. The gun I'm gonna be using is my Genesi Carbonio 360 Lite. This is Motivated Painters Edition. All the materials and the equipment that I'm using, I'm gonna leave it on the description below so that you can check them out. This does have the MP air cap, and it is a 1.2. Okay, a 1.2, and I am gonna be shooting some high solids clear. Let me show you the clear I'm gonna be using. Here you go. The clear I'm going to be using, it's from Grant 7. Oh My Clear. High solids clear. This is going to be the final clear that this car is going to have. I am going to be using slow activator. It's about 95 degrees in here. So let's just pour it on the gun. Let's get this show on the road. Ooh-wee. And that is why I love Grand 7. It is glass in a can. And this is just the first coat. I'm probably just gonna add 2 coats, maybe 3. Let's see how it goes. But wow. And there it is. I did decide to put 3 coats, but it came out looking like glass. I am going to show you the car in its entirety once everything has been cleared and installed back together. I'll show you the car, and I am going to show it to you out in the sun so you can see this metal flake, this gold leaf, this pinstriping, everything pop. Mixing that Grand 7. But before that, I'm going to answer a question I've been asked several times. I already made a video of it. Not too sure if they saw it or not, but here it is. They want to know the extraction that I'm using. This is a pull type extraction. It's pulling everything out. I am going to leave all the information of these 2 fans that I'm using on the description below. So that's all it is. I just put it on high on both of them, and it extracts all the overspray real quick. The gun I'm going to be using, it's my Genesi Carbonio 360 Lite HTE with a 1.2. It has a 1.2 air cap, but it's the MP air cap. Okay, and this is a Motivated Painters Edition paint gun from Welcome. I'm going to leave everything in the description below, guys. Real nice gun. Leaves that clear coat like glass. So go ahead and hit up Motivated Painters. He'll be happy to help you out and get you one. All right. Another thing is, another question was, why was I clear coating with shorts? Well, my paint suit got filled with metal flake. I don't need any metal flake on this anymore, so I don't want to contaminate the paint. And I don't have another paint suit, so that's the reason. All right, let's just get spraying. All right, the first coat has been applied. I left the fans on just because I want to show you something. You see the tarp? The tarp is being pulled this way, meaning that the fans are just extracting everything out. And so it's a real good extraction. Everything is cleared in minutes. Actually, everything's cleared in a couple of seconds. So there it is. All right, another thing, when there's pieces like this, I try to start spraying on this end of the garage. Reason being is that the extraction is going that way. So when I finish clear coating this, all the overspray is going to land on this. I don't know if you can see right there a little bit, but it's going to land on this. But I'm going to start clearing on this, and it'll go away. By the time I do this, the extraction is going to be going out. I am leaving it 15 minutes in between each coat. Right now it's about 92 degrees in here. It's about 92 degrees, so I'm leaving it about 15 minutes in between each coat. I am using slow activator, which is a lot better for my temperature. So there you go. Also guys, if you're learning from these videos, These are why I'm making these kind of videos, so that you can learn and do this at home. You don't need a fancy paint booth. You don't need fancy equipment or anything. You can do this at home. If you have any questions, just either put them on the comments or email me, okay? And I'll be happy to answer. I answer almost every question. If I didn't answer yours, it's because I receive a lot of emails asking questions, but I'll get to you as soon as possible. And if you like these kind of contents, guys, there's a little on the where you hit that thumbs up, there's a little notification with a heart that it says thanks. If you want to help out, go ahead. It'll help me out build more videos, guys. This is hard to do. I gotta stop. I gotta record in English and in Spanish. So I hope you appreciate these kind of videos, and let's just continue. There it is. 3 coats. 3 full wet coats of clear coat. Let it dry and install it back in the car. Super nice. Real nice.